The Bear Season 3 is great, but don't watch it yet. I'll explain what I mean by that in a second, but let me welcome all the new subscribers I have to the channel. I just don't talk about comedians here, but all sorts of stuff. Uploads will be more consistent too, as I've been pretty stretched thin with work. Now let's get back to The Bear. Spoilers lie ahead, be warned. I've done a video before on this show, and it's a true gem. It really pushes the boundaries of what an episode of television can be. For example, the first episode of Season 3 has very little dialogue, but instead chooses to show flashes of Carmy's past, the trauma he has dealt with in his brother's death, and Sydney realizing the moment she wanted to work with Carmy by trying his food, all with very little talking. It's unique and expertly shot and edited. This season as a whole does a great job of demonstrating how memories can work, and how they can come at any point and can often be mixed together. If this season is about anything to me, it's about being unsure and stuck, unsure of the future, unsure of what decisions you would like to make in life, unsure on how to deal or handle trauma with family, or with relationships and how it can leave you feeling isolated. This can be demonstrated through Sydney's plotline on whether or not to sign the contract for being a co-owner of the Bear, Carmy's inability to deal with his past trauma and fuck up with Claire, Richie feeling uninspired, worn down, and alone as his ex-wife moves on with another man. Funny stuff! This is a comedy after all, and The Bear is still funny, even though it's dealing with all these elements. It's more like a pressure cooker drama with sprinkles of comedic elements than a comedy. I mean, look at all of these laughing faces. Hilarious. But why shouldn't you watch it? Well, it's because this season feels more like a part 1 to a larger season. Almost no plot lines get resolved, if any. None. The ending leaves you feeling more unsatisfied than a Joe Rogan punchline. It's borderline asinine, really, how empty the finale of the season makes you feel, which I believe is what they were going for, but honestly, I recommend everyone just waiting for Season 4 to even watch Season 3. Just watch it together in a big old chunk. But I'm sure you already watched it, didn't you? Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? You're here. Well, there are a lot of great things to take from this season alone. 1. Ayo Edebiri does an excellent directional debut in episode 6, called Napkins. It's an episode that focuses solely on Tina, and episodes of The Bear that focus on one character are special and really add to the history of the staff. This season seems more slower paced, which I actually think is a good thing, and has less anxiety-ridden moments. They are still here, don't get me wrong, but there are fewer and farther in between, really letting the characters deal with their struggles internally rather than externally. But I'm sure there are some folk that think this season isn't as good because it has less anxiety-ridden, pressure cooker, one-take fuckfest moments than the previous 2 seasons. And they would be right in that there are less. But I think it's important to take a moment to really let the characters simmer in their actions and feelings before adding more stress. I mean, Carmy always looks like he's one bad cook away from blowing his brains out, so I feel the simmering was necessary. I will do a more in-depth review of The Bear as a whole later on, but I wanted to get this out after being out of commission for a bit. Thanks for watching. Bye.